older generation thinks that Gen Zs patianeni mtu mwenye anaweza waongoza. You know, you talk big game about being leaderless, tribeless, nini nini, but if you actually produce somebody and decided that this is the person who will speak for us, this is the person who will, you know, pass our opinions on to you guys, why are we not selecting a leader as Gen Zs?
The fact that on 25th of June, through the leadership of Gen Zs, Kenyans were able to take back their power, basically means that all Gen Zs are leaders. Yes.
But we can't all be leaders. You know, we need to pick someone who represents us, you know, someone who...
Where? Represents us where? For what? Are we going
to... a young person who will sit in the CS, who will be a CS.
Where? Why? Why CS? We don't want positions.
So what do you want?
What we want is a working government. We want, I mean, what are you saying? What we want to see that the president is dealing with corruption, championing, the fight against corruption. All right? What we want to see is we want to see the president appointing cabinet secretaries based on their on what they're able to deliver, and not on their political affiliations, and not on the fact that they want to bring the opposition to government, all right, so that they can have a quote-unquote broad-based government for what? We don't want a broad-based government. We want an robust, effective, and efficient government that works, performs, and delivers to its people. Yeah. That's all we want. All right?
Yeah. Do you think that message is getting to the president? Siati, you know, you don't want to have leadership positions. This is what you're fighting for. Do you think it's getting to him? Ama ni kuignore tu anaignore?
Bwana, that guy has all the information. Why is he talking about Nane Nane? I heard he was talking about Nane Nane the other time. See, he knows what is happening in the country. Yeah. He's very aware. He knows. He has reporters. He has people who reports to him. They know. All right? He knows. He's just ignoring. He's just, you know, as in Ruto, I think it also goes down to personality. Sometimes we elect people whose personalities are... well, let me talk about.
No, these are true.
Yeah, sometimes we elect people with very, very bad personalities. People who, if not for probably the money they give people for campaigns, and if not for their prowess in speech, then there's nothing else they can offer. And I think I am deeply convinced that William Ruto is that person, whose personality is very bad, but he uses people with the money and the speech, his prowess in speech. That is all. Otherwise, really, I think it's time we also look at people's personalities, because it counts a lot to how you will lead people, to how you will rule a nation. Yeah.
So you talked about him firing his CSs and then bringing them back on board once again. And you know, the vetting process has been going on. We've seen some who have qualified, and I think one or two who have not qualified. And during the vetting process, I remember everyone was required to talk about their net worth. And Kenyans have questions. Why is it that these people, like, what else do you need when you have a net worth of almost $1 billion, millions, like... okay, billions, billions, millions, let me just say billions and millions. Yeah. What else do they need? And how are they acquiring this wealth? So is that sparking the anger more?
Kwanza, when I heard that Kithure Kindiki, in a span of less than 2 years, he has been able to, you know, to add on to his net worth about 150 million. Look, if Kithure Kindiki is 694 million net worth now, all right? And in 2022, I think October, he was at 540 something, 545, I think. Look, so if this person was at 545, and now he's at 695, if in 2 years, this person has garnered 150 million worth of property or whatever, wealth, then it means the 500 and something he should have been able to get it in the last, let's say, at least 10 years, now that he was in a lower position, 10 years. what is this business that Kithure Kindiki now invested in that in 2 years earned, I think, a third of his total wealth? What business? There's no such business. And if there's such business, why was he not doing this business before he got into the CS position? Why didn't he? Because if you were into that business before, Kithure Kindiki would probably be in worth tens of billions.
Yeah.
But what happened that he was able to get 150 million in 2 years that he was not able to get before? So I think most of these monies are proceeds of crime. Most of these monies are proceeds of corruption, and that is what we must shun. Yeah. Look at someone. I don't know how much Joho was worth before and now. I think for him it's just a different case. All right. But all these people, all this net worth is very questionable. And what's even more funny is that the people who know them are saying that is not their real net worth. It's more. Yes. Yes.
So hizi ni zile tu za kusafisha.
Hizi ni zile tu mnaonyeshwa ndio hiyo. Ndio next time akuje tu aseme niliongeza kidogo. They hide a lot, by the way. And we've shared platforms with people who have worked with these people, people who've been close to these people, and they know the property that these people own. They are saying it's more than what they are disclosing. They are disclosing less. So these are proceeds of crime, these are proceeds of corruption, and we must say it as it is. We must shun that. Apart from that, look at how the interviewers were carrying themselves. And look, just only one action is able to speak for the whole process. Look at Junet Mohammed, prompting Weekly for Paranya on what to say or on the answer to give. You understand? That video was everywhere. Look, if that is just one instance that was captured, how many more instances did we have that were not captured? All right? And how do we know that these people had actually not met the vetting committee before? All right? It speaks to the fact. It speaks to impunity. Every wrong thing is being done, and they go unpunished. They go unpunished. That is why these things continue, and that is why we are fighting. So this whole process was flawed from the word go. Ab initio, it was flawed, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing, that is going to convince us otherwise. Yeah.
So I was with a guy by the name Morara Kebaso the other day, and he talked about the president cleaning up everything, and he said that it might take him 2 years to do away with corruption. Do you think that is possible? Can he remain the president and make sure that whatever Gen Zs are fighting for, good governance, corruption, don't put leaders in positions that have issues of graft? Is it possible?
No.
Not possible.
No, I disagree with my friend Kebaso. Yeah, it's not possible. If we had another president, maybe. For William Ruto, no, it's not possible. He's not someone to do such a good thing. Yeah.
He's not someone to do such a good thing.
He's not someone to do such a good thing. Dealing with corruption, I think these are the sentiments he used to make before he got into power. In 100 days, I'll ensure that I've dealt with corruption and corrupt officials and all. Aren't these same people that he's appointing to cabinet secretary the same people we have been talking about to be corrupt? He's rewarding corrupt officials, actually. Instead of fighting them, he's rewarding them. He's going against any directly opposite of what he was saying before. So William Ruto as a person, no.
So who else can do it?
What do you mean who else can do it?
Who else can do it?
We have very many good leaders out here. I'm not gonna campaign for anyone. Because look, maybe I might say this and someone would think that is the correct position. I'm not gonna say that. And what I would want to say is that we have very many good leaders who have shown that they are capable of fighting corruption, who have shown that they are capable of remaining and standing with the people of Kenya, no matter what is happening. We have good leaders who have shown that leaders can actually respect the rule of law, all right? And things will happen. We have them. Let Kenyans identify such people. And should such people present themselves for election the next time an election is done, which might be in 2027 or before. Let Kenyans identify these good people and vote for them. It doesn't matter. Hata kama ni Gen Z, na sisi tumeona huyu mtu ni mtu mzuri, na akona track record, na ni mtu akona uongozi mzuri, peni yeye kura.